Hello people of the internet and welcome back to another video. Today I am going to be talking about Pvz3. Now Pvz3 is a game that PopCap made recently around, I'm not sure, I think they released it in 2024, I'm not sure when. It's probably a few months ago when this video comes out, because I've been working on this video for a really long time and it's been my biggest video project ever on this channel. So, let's get into it. If you want my quick thoughts on the game, I think the game it's meh. Beginning is too easy, middle is fine, I guess. The ending it's not good. It's not good. Doesn't have a proper ending. When I mean proper, I mean no boss fight. You can't select your seeds. And those are my, thoughts, beginning thoughts, that, you just listen to and click off the video. But without further ado, let's actually get into the video. So first, I would like to talk about the beginning of the game. The game begins pretty, I guess, mediocrely. It starts with Dave sleeping, which not with Dave sleeping, but Dave sending his niece, was it, to summer camp, and then she comes back and he was sleeping and the zombies invade, which okay. Sure, that's a PvZ story, right? I mean, it's pretty okay for PvZ standards. It's nothing bad. But what I would like to say is that Crazy Dave talks, which is not... I mean, he does talk in PvZ 2 too, but, I don't like seeing that. That's kind of disgusting. So let's talk about the first beginning levels. I already said they were pretty easy, and I think they're too easy. You know what I mean when I mean too easy? I mean, they're absolutely dog shit. They're so bad. You do not understand how easy the first levels of the game are. They're mostly just I wouldn't even call them levels. They're just kind of intermissions between unlocking other events. And I'll explain the structure of the game now. So you play levels to get tickets to advance the story, right? It's pretty standard. It's kind of Gardenscape-y. It's not that, innovative or anything. I mean, what are you expecting from a mobile game by EA? So it's nothing special. What I would point out is that this game is too similar to Pvz Match. Pvz3 is just Pvz Match, but instead of matching levels, do you know what you get? Pvz levels, which it's not the most horrible thing ever, but it's pretty bad, It just annoys me, because Pvz Match, I don't have gameplay of it, but Pvz Match is basically just Pvz3, but instead of playing, Pvz levels, you just match, Candy Crush, which is it's not good. It's not good. What I also would like to say about the beginning of the game is that the plant choices are absolutely horrible. You have this bamboo cannon guy, the sunflower, the pea shooter, and the walnut, which, that's not, okay. Also, you can't pick your own plants. That's bad. That's very bad, actually. Big part of PvZ games, especially PvZ2 and PvZ1, is that you can pick your own plants and, develop your own strategy, and now it's just given to you because it's a quote-unquote puzzle game. If this is a puzzle game, I'm not certain where the puzzle part is of this game, because it's not a puzzle game. They're of course trying to make it a Gardenscapes clone of adding the base building feature, a garden fixing feature. It's not horrible. Maybe wanting to have a more cohesive story than Crazy Dave goes back in time and get some keys and things. Right? It's not too bad, but fine. Also, when you play levels, you need brains. You can't just play levels on unlimited. So that's bad. It's not unheard of for mobile games. Again, they're ripping off other mobile games. But yeah, also there's microtransactions, which that's horrible. So they've basically made all instant plants except squash, I guess you could say. Jalapeno, ice, pepper, cherry bomb. They made them all of them power-ups, which power-ups are fine for mobile games, but I mean, this game has a big big difficulty jump, especially after level 100. Like you're not gonna enjoy the game. And I think when a genuine strategy developed by the community for a game is beat a level until it becomes easier, then your game is flawed. Your game is flawed. That's just horrible. It's very bad, actually. If you're a developer and you hear, when people discuss strategy about your game and they say, "Oh, just play the game enough so it becomes easier," it takes pity on you. That's bad. Are there any good things to talk about the game? Are there any good things about the game? I mean, the gameplay is just Pvz. You can't really go wrong with Pvz. The sun meta is something, alright. It's one sun now, which is not, it's not horrible. When I mean one sun meta, it's basically just a 25 sun meta. I don't think that works for this type of game. I don't think that works. I think 50 sun meta would work for this game to make it less difficult after level 100. But, nobody's gonna listen to me anyway, as EA probably ignores the community more than any game developer out there. So yeah, now let's talk about the story. The story of this game is, it's fine, I guess, for a PvZ game. They usually don't have stories. So again, Crazy Dave's niece, Patricia, was she called? I don't know how to pronounce her name. So she comes back from summer camp and the zombies invaded. Ooh, scary. And then they go to the campgrounds and they find a dog and they start sniffing truffles and they fix random things in the garden. And it's a very cookie cutter PvZ story, I guess. Also, this game is more child oriented. I get it. Most of PvZ's audience, especially with the content farm type of videos, they have garnered a child fan base, which, okay, that's okay, but trying to appeal to them when you got a big, older fan base it's bad. Now, I've been playing a PvZ since Pvz1. That was my first game, actually, ever, which, seeing Pvz3 in such a state like this, well, it physically pains me. Also, Snopey, I just want to say, just putting this out there, what did they do to Snopey? Why does it do like 0.5 damage? It's not supposed to be that way. Also, Bang Choi and the Electric Weed are too goddamn good. If you're making a game, you gotta balance it. You can't just power creep immediately, because in Pvz2, Poker has basically broken the game. It has broken the game. When I mean broken, it makes basically every single other plant ever made in the game not viable because they haven't nerfed Poker yet. I'm still salty about it. What else is there about power creep? Oh yeah, you can't basically beat some of the later levels without using Bang Choi or Electric Weed. So if those two plants are given in a level, you're just gonna use those two plants. Very nice puzzle game, PopCap or EA or whoever makes this game anymore. Very nice puzzle game. Also, as I said, you can't pick your own seeds, which I think is horrible. That's not gonna change, as in every single beta patch, I guess instead the first one with the tower and stuff, I guess they kind of didn't have that. Maybe they picked your own plants. I haven't played that one again. So here you don't pick your plants. That's kind of bad, I'd say. It's very bad, I'd say. Why? Well, it removes the puzzle, I guess, part of the game. Because for a puzzle, you gotta, pick the fitting bits. If the fitting bits are supposed to be plants, we're not doing a good thing because you're taking away strategy from the game. So, it's not ideal. It's not ideal. It makes it a very mediocre game. Now, the mid game of Pvz3 is my favorite part. I actually started liking the game, and I was questioning, why do people hate this game? The mid game is my favorite part of Pvz3, mostly because it challenges you, but it also doesn't rip your organs out past level 100 does. So it's fine. There are waterfall physics. There are these tiles that you can't place anything on. It's fine. It's fine. I said it's good, but it's fine compared to other PvZ games. It's good in terms of, Pvz3, which that's a very low bar to beat. I think the first Pvz1 beta, like very, very first, could probably beat that bar. So yeah, coins, they can buy coins immediately in the game, which is, it's just a monetization tactic. They're basically making the latter levels of the game harder to get you to spend more money. Also, you can buy anything with money in this game. They're like $16 offers for like a few of the chili peppers and cherry bombs. Okay, why in like soft launch you're not supposed to do that? Like, you're really not supposed to do that. Supercell and PopCap are really starting to converge into this conglomerate, as I'd like to say, a microtransaction haven, where anything is a microtransaction. Oh, you have a gold offer? $5 for the 2,000 gold? Well, thanks, Clash Royale. Basically the same thing is happening here with Pvz3. And yeah. Now I'd like to talk about how this game compares to the other PvZ games, mostly Pvz1 and Pvz2. First of all, I'd like to say it's an unfair fight. Like, from the beginning, Pvz3 is fighting a losing battle. Why? Well, first of all, in Pvz1, you can pick your own plants. Simple. In Pvz1, the game has depth. It has a Zen Garden. It has more mini-games, not just goddamn vase smash or whatever it's called. You can play a ton of mini-games. It's not filled with microtransactions. That's an important one. Also, the levels feel more inspired. The worlds are more fun, and the zombies are just creative. So it's not just like basically an acid dump and money cash grab for EA. Now, where all my arguments about microtransactions fall apart in terms of the good game department is Pvz2. Why? Well, Pvz2 is ridden with microtransactions. It has more microtransactions than other EA football game or Diablo. Pvz2 has so much microtransactions that in any time of the day, of the week, of the month, you can go into the store and find a $15 pack to get your favorite plant to level 3. Oh boy! And you can spend 30,000 coins to buy 50 seed packets for sunflower, even though you need 200 to upgrade her to the next level. Oh boy, love that. You gotta love that. But I do think Pvz2 does add a ton of positive changes, and now what I'm gonna say in this next bit is probably gonna offend every single PvZ player ever. I think leveling is good. Why? It keeps the game fresh. Let's say you're on level something 27 Big Wave Beach, right? You're on that level. So when you're on that level, you absolutely grind your ass out. You grind, and you can't beat it. But then you start going to the other worlds and collecting seed packets, and eventually you can just power through the level, right? Now, this argument does fall short in the term that power creep, like using the moonflower plant, absolutely destroys everything, because she's just so good at doing anything, at producing sun, at powering up her buddies. That just breaks the game. Also, Poker again. She also breaks the game. Nothing to say other than that here. So Pvz2 is also a microtransaction-ridden game, but at least it has some strategy, feel, and character. Set it apart from other games, and it's not just Gardenscapes, but with PvZ gameplay in between. So shocking, bro. That's crazy, man. But now, I think we got to the part where this game, Pvz3, truly falls apart. The end game. Ooh, boy, the end game. The end game is basically when EA realized, oh wait, this game's too easy. we gotta make money somehow. How are we gonna make money? Make the levels hard, so hard that players need to beat them multiple times to get an easier variation of it, to be able to beat it. Which is basically brutal mode EX territory in terms of, skill. As with these latter levels, it even passes that. You just need pure luck. You can also see in my gameplay recordings that my cherry bomb amounts drop significantly when I reach like levels 121, 139, etc. And I just want to say I'm reviewing the first 150 levels of the game. Yes, I know there have been added levels up to 230, but the only thing they add is like a sunshine, which is just a sunflower, but it works at night. Like, okay, a lot of originality there, EA. A lot of originality there. I mean, the game's probably gonna get updated and get more plants and things like that, but I think the game's pretty dry for now. So I think with this like end statement about the end of the game being absolutely horrible, I'm gonna talk about all the plants in the game. Oh boy, pea shooter. Pea shooter is probably one of the best attackers in the game. He's fine. He costs 4 sun. He's not that good or that bad. He's just your average guy. Sunflower. Sunflower is essential. There's nothing to say here about Sunflower. She's the only sun producer except for Sunshroom, and Sunshroom is only for night levels. So yeah. Walnut. Walnut is also essential because they made the game so hard. You basically have to use Walnut to, beat the zombies so they don't eat your sunflowers in 2.5 seconds. Snow pea. Snow pea they nerfed to the ground from like Pvz3. It barely does any damage. It's absolutely useless. It does nothing of use. It's so weak that I think if a zombie touched it and Snow pea was firing the zombie in the face, it would still die and spontaneously combust and your lawnmower would go off. So yeah. Bang Choy is the best plant in the game. No doubt about that. It is the best plant in the game. It does the most damage even though it costs 6 sun instead of the 4 that's featured in Snow pea cost. It's the best plant in the game. There's no like stopping. There's no denying that statement. We have, oh boy, squash. Squash is your only instant plant that you don't have to pay for in this game, except, the algae, that doesn't count. So the squash just kind of kills zombies. He's fine. 2 sun, that's fine. He's not essential, but he's good to have. You'll definitely use him if you need your roster. Lily pad. I have nothing to say about the lily pad. It's a lily pad. Tangle kelp. It's squash, but in water. Weaker. Umbrella leaf. Stop sun. What is it called? Begonia Boulevard. Stop the Begonia Boulevard swinging zombies from absolutely destroying you. That's its job. That's its purpose. That's its life goal. Cabbage pulp. Don't get me started. It's just pea shooter, but it can shoot pigeons down. Crazy, bro. That's so crazy. And then we have bamboo shoots. Boom, kaboom. Kaboom, big shot, do more damage, kaboom. Nothing else to say here. Sunshroom. Sunflower, but for night levels. So original. So goddamn original. So proud of you, PodCap. Lightning Reed. It can chain zombies and is automatically the second plant in the game because it can do that. Very balanced game. Very balanced game. Next, I want to talk about the power-ups. It's the things that I have been complaining about half of the video. So, the power-ups are the Grapes of Wrath, which charge up by killing zombies. That's fine. That's a fine aspect of the game. There's nothing wrong with that. But then we have the Chili Pepper. Chili, like cold. It's fine. It's basically useless, except for like if you're in a really dire situation. Then you have the jalapeno. That's another useless. He's not useless, but you basically have to narrow down the zombies to one lane, which happens. Well, it actually happens very often because the game is so unbalanced. So it does happen pretty often. You have the cherry bomb. He's just the best best power up in the game. He just absolutely mows down zombies. And I think it's 3x3, was it? Not sure. I don't know what it was. I think it's 3x3 area. It absolutely mows down zombies. Zombies can't do anything against a cherry bomb. You can also pay 900 coins for the blower to blow back the zombies. You can do that. Let's talk about the zombies. First, I would like to talk about the normal zombie. It's a normal zombie. Now they can be female too. Ooh. That's nice, I guess. Conehead zombie. It's a conehead zombie. Buckethead zombie. It's a normal zombie with a bucket. Flag zombie. Flag zombie is a brown coat with extra HP. The Gargantuar is the big guy who smashes your plants and does not die to 2 instants. When I mean instant, I just mean squash. Of course, he'll die to power-ups because, you know, the game's just that way. Imps will ruin your life. The imps will ruin your life. They will do anything in their power to ruin your run, and I think they should be slowed down, especially in the latter levels. I do not want to be castrated by imps, thank you very much. Ducky zombies. Ducky zombies walk slower on land and faster on water. There's barely any water in the later levels, but sure, that's fun. There's also the swinging zombie, I guess you could call him. He swings. He swings alright. Well, he swings and lands. There's nothing more to him. He's basically the pirate captain thing it was from Pvz3. Now we got the bird feeder, pigeon feeder. He feeds pigeons. He's very annoying, especially in the cabbage pull tutorial level. I don't know why they made that level so hard, especially for tutorial levels. And Pvz3 is notorious for having easy tutorial levels, so I don't know why they even made such a difficult tutorial level for a goddamn pigeon feeder. And the pigeons are just... oh, the pigeons are a pain in the ass. When the pigeon feeder is not killed in time, you can spawn so many pigeons that you will be overrun from all sides. We have the bowling zombie. He's also a pain in the ass. He throws bowling balls and targets your plants. I mean, it's a fine idea for a zombie. It's just not executed well because he's too strong. You know? Then you also have the rock and roll imp. He's an imp that likes to rock and roll. Oh boy. There are 3 main bits to this level. First, Dave's house, which is in the beginning part of the game. It's in Dave's house. It's the lawn. It's basically your standard PvZ day lawn. It's in the, you know, first levels of the game and somewhere after the middle. I don't know why they added it there. We have the campgrounds. Campgrounds are the middle part of the game, the mid-game, and they're the best part of the game because there's water, there are cool zombies, you know, there are cool mechanics. I think the campgrounds are the best part of the game. Begonia Boulevard, that's the last part of the game. I mean, it does have also, like, the Graveyard of Inventions, but I'm not going to talk about that. Begonia Boulevard is the last part of the game, and it's the hardest one. It absolutely mows you down. Your sanity will drop by 50%. Not even 50. Make that 60%. But Begonia Boulevard is probably the hardest PvZ, I guess, setting ever. Maybe behind Big Wave Beach. Because I've been trying to beat level 147, was it? I don't know. For so much times that like, my goddamn chili peppers disappeared in 3 minutes. Now that's it about the levels. There's nothing special to them or the worlds. They actually look pretty bland. And the new update just makes Begonia Boulevard darker. Wow. Does it make it harder? Yeah. Is that good? No. But now I want to give my final thoughts on the game. And how it can be improved. You know? Final thoughts. The game is an uninspired mess trying to implement microtransaction and gardenscapes mechanics where they're not necessary. It's trying to make the game more kid-friendly, which I get, but it's not. I don't think that's the way for PvZ to go, especially when you have Garden Warfare and Garden Warfare 2. And I think making the game more kid-friendly, it's a bad direction, as we all know how bad Battle for Neighborville was, and still is. The brain system is absolutely horrible, and introducing tickets just makes it PvZ match without the matching, which that's very bad when your finished soft launched game starts to look like a match spin-off game made by Chocolate Panda. When your game starts to do that, it won't be looking good. Also, when a genuine strategy in the community is played a level long enough so it becomes easier, is also an enormous problem when it comes to games. Of course, difficulty is required in a game for it to be at least entertaining, but it's still horrible that the game becomes so difficult that people are trying to make it easier by baiting the game and losing to it more, so it basically gets pity on you. Now to talk about my final suggestions to make it better. PopCap, let us pick our seeds. I know this is probably set in stone, but we need to pick our seeds for this to be a strategy or /PvZ game. This needs to have seed picking mechanics. We need to pick our seeds. Next, make Snoopy cheaper. I know this is a very specific remark, but Snoopy's already horrible. Just make it like 3 Sun. It won't break the meta, or at least I don't believe it will. Next, Bong Choy. Bong Choy is too strong. Make it weaker. Lightning Reed's fine, I guess. Make it more expensive. I don't really have anything to say about Lightning Reed. You just Lightning Reed. Next up, take notes from PvZ1 and PvZ2. They have some great concepts in them, and I think EA should look back on the good. PopCap. What's PopCap? EA didn't really make PvZ1, so PopCap should look back on those games and see what made them good, bad, etc. Also, make the levels easier. I know this might sound petty, but after you complete level 100, that would sound as a pretty normal complaint. Next up is make imp slower and zombies just a bit weaker. I think a Snoopy not being able to kill a zombie when it's right in front of it is a crime. I also think Squash not being able to 2-shot the Gargantuar is also a crime. And making a Burrow Leaf only usable 3 times, that's just horrible game decision. Yeah, those are most of my complaints. Also, I really like for the brain system to be removed and the story being progressing based on levels, instead of tickets. I think that'd be a pretty cool thing. But yeah, those are mostly my suggestions, thoughts, complaints, and rant about microtransactions. So, yeah, bye. Hope you enjoyed that Begonia Boulevard Dark gameplay. And with that, I'd like to tell you to like, subscribe for more. Yeah. Bye.